Hello, everybody, and welcome to Heart and Soul Connected. I'm Allie, and I'm pleased as punch to finally be able to host Joanna from Creating Your Life Consciously. And
Hello,
thank you for being here,
everyone.
Joanna.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me. I'm glad it's working out
absolutely.
today.
I know. Hopefully, we're keeping our fingers crossed here that everything's going to
Absolutely.
be okay.
Positive thoughts.
Good. Positive thoughts. Yes. You know, I was thinking a lot about um, the title of your company, that your page, your channel, and it occurred to me how many of us actually create our life unconsciously and actually
Yes,
sabotage ourselves.
that's
So
the
talk
point.
a little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really trying to
Okay.
make that point because we do create our lives, but most of the time we're totally unconscious of it. We're not paying
Right.
attention to our words and thoughts, to how we speak, or to the energy in our body. And I've also
Right.
noticed that a lot of manifestation coaches say that feelings don't really matter, yet they go on to mention feelings dozens of times in their videos. So feelings
Ah.
do matter.
Yeah.
Feelings are, if you have a thought, it causes an emotion. Or
Right.
if you have an emotion, it's you're going to search for a thought to connect with that emotion. So
Sure.
we really need to
Sure.
start paying attention to how we think, the words we say, and the feelings that arise within our body because
Right.
we do self sabotage and we don't want to keep repeating that. And we cause our
Right.
own suffering by
Mm-hmm.
staying in our old thought patterns and staying a victim. All that
Right.
suffering comes from your ego and clinging on to a story. Now, people, I'll say a lot in my videos, and I learned from Abraham Hicks, people fight for their own limitations.
Huh?
So if I say, you don't have to be the victim, you don't have to hold on to that hurt and pain inside of you. And they'll say, well, you don't understand what happened to me. And then they'll say
Ah.
what happened to them.
Over and
When I
over.
say you don't have to stay that victim, it does not mean that you have to let it go or that this
Right.
person or whatever happened to you is correct
Right.
or that you accept it. It just simply means that you're not going to torture yourself inside of you
Right.
to keep that vibration or that energy going. You have a choice. You can choose to suffer or you can
Yep.
choose to be happy.
Yeah. But I think it's absolutely everything you're saying is absolutely true, and I am also a follower of Esther Hicks and Abraham, and I really enjoy what she says, and she's so well, Abraham is so spot on. Hi everybody in
Absolutely.
the chat. I just want to say hello to you all. Thanks for being
Hello.
here.
I can't
But
see the chat on mine, but I'm going to
oh, all
try to
right.
get
Well,
there.
everybody's saying hello, so they're glad. So a lot of them were here yesterday Tuesday rather, when we had to cancel. So thanks
I
for coming
saw,
back, everybody.
I appreciate it, everyone. I'm going to turn down the
Yeah,
volume
I
on my
know. I felt
phone
really
so it.
badly. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
don't. That's
Melinda,
the
we'll
way it
see you.
works out. And I got my hair cut, so
Yeah.
I look a little bit better than I
There you
did two
go.
days
Now you're
ago.
all set.
So that's winning.
That's true. Yep.
Things
But
happen for a
I
reason.
think many times we unconsciously choose to do things that are just rote memory, or something we were told to do, or we grew up doing, or we decided that, this was
Yes,
the only way that was possible. And so, your title, it just really made me happy when I thought about it, because it's like, let's first of all start about how conscious we're going to be about changes we want to make, and then move on from there.
absolutely.
So, yeah,
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 because we create our identities. We're not our bodies, our minds, our words. We're not
right,
any of that. We are just the awareness behind it all. So
right,
society teaches us that we have to conform ourselves in order to be worthy of love, in order to fit in. We have our unconscious beliefs that we're not aware of. We also have our family's beliefs and generational beliefs. And then we have the collective society beliefs. Like,
mhm,
so a spiritual teacher like Eckhart Tolle and people along those lines will actually charge money for services, and
Uh-huh.
people will say that's wrong. Well, I try to put it back to them. Why do you think it's wrong?
Uh-huh.
Because, money is the root of all evil, because, spirituality should live in poverty. These are things we don't think about, but we
Right.
connect spirituality with poverty and things along those lines, that you shouldn't make money off of that. Well, that's not really
Right.
true. So we have a
No,
lot
it's
of
not.
beliefs in our life that we keep manifesting in different ways. It's not going to be the same exact way until we identify what that belief is and then change our belief. But that takes focus, and that's going to take a commitment.
Sure.
It takes
It does.
practice, but it doesn't take that long. I was
Right.
a miserable person for a lot
Oh,
of my life. And I
really?
had my spiritual awakening because I was done. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Something was going to
Yep.
change, or I was going to be done. And I
Right.
literally fell to my knees one night and said, "What do you want from me? Because I'm not going to do this anymore. If you want me here, then you take over, because I don't know what to do." And then a
Mm-hmm.
few weeks later, I had an impulse to study quantum physics. I'm not a scientist, I'm a real estate agent. I work in politics, you know? So it was really weird. So I just followed my impulses,
Mm-hmm.
looked at quantum physics, discovered the double slit experiment. One thing led to another. Long story short, I'm like, wow, I am just everything. I am. I'm not my mind. My
I
mind, when I
am.
meditate, a lot of people say I can't meditate because my mind won't shut up. Well, that shows you right there that you are not your mind. You are the observer of thinking. You're experiencing thought. You're not those thoughts, but you are noticing that you're actually having a thought. Doesn't matter what the thought is, but you're experiencing thinking. Our feelings, they come and go, they're not permanent. So, that feeling that you had when you were 7 years old is not there anymore at 45 years old for me. You're not your body. If you said, well, I'm my body, well, what body are you? Are you the body that you were born into as an infant, or 10 years old, 20? I mean, what body are you on your timeline of events? You're not your
Right.
body. Your body is a vehicle for experiencing, for touching, for sensing. You know,
Right.
if you ever saw the movie Souls by Disney, I think they do a really good job. I encourage
I
people to
have
watch
not
it.
yet, but I want to. Yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
basically, the gist of it wasn't him accomplishing being a musician, because when he got met his goals, he was still disappointed. But what he realized was, it was feeling the rain on his skin, laughing, tasting something good,
Mm-hmm.
watching leaves fall from a tree, the
Right.
experiences.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
and that's really what it's
We
about.
have
We
to come
can't do
back to
this.
that. Yeah, we have to come
We
back to
do.
that in order for us to grow. So, yeah. I remember that the most powerful words, I was told the most powerful words are I am, and
Yep.
anything that comes after it is going to bring either good or bad. And so I
Yep.
even wear a ring that says I am that I
Yeah.
am.
I am that
And
I am.
I am that I am, and that's, I guess that's biblical.
It
And
is.
it's the name of God, isn't it?
It
Isn't that
is.
the
Well,
name?
when
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
not a
so.
big religious person, but
Me
when
either. No,
God
me
spoke to
either.
Moses at the burning bush, God said,
Hmm.
go free the Jews. And
Right.
he said, who shall I say sent me? And he said, I am. I am sent you.
Uh-huh.
Paraphrasing God.
Right. Yeah, I
Um,
know.
but so that's what
Hmm.
Jesus taught. Jesus didn't came here to teach Christianity. The Jewish people already believed they were saved. They were the chosen ones. And
Hmm.
the word for hell is translated from the word Gehenna. And Gehenna is a physical place in Israel. It was the
Oh,
city's trash dump. It's still there. You can
that's
point
what
to
you
it on a
said.
map.
Yes, I remember you telling me that. Yeah. Isn't
And the
that
Jewish
amazing?
people believed, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, that they needed their bodies to ascend to heaven. So the worst thing that could happen to a Jewish person would be for their body to be buried and burnt.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I believe I looked it up recently. The Jewish, I guess, church, for a better word, lack of a better word, just started allowing cremations maybe 40
Uh-huh.
years ago, in the 80s,
Oh,
I want to say.
okay. Okay.
So I guess now they're more
They're
open
okay
to it.
with it.
But it's,
Yeah.
I guess, like, people need to learn the history, the
Yeah.
context of what was
Yep.
happening, and the
Absolutely.
translations and the hermeneutics, where these words come from. And
Right.
Jesus spoke in parables, they told
Right.
stories at the time.
Right.
But he was
Right.
right, like the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You have the
Hmm.
universe, you have your soul, and then you have your body and human ego. The
Right.
key is aligning all those things together.
Right.
I
Right.
teach a lot of manifesting on my channel.
Okay. Tell
I
us yeah, tell us about all
Well,
that.
the
Yeah.
purpose I do that for is because when I first started my spiritual journey, I started with the manifesting, the getting the stuff, fulfilling the ego,
Hmm. Hmm.
thinking that the outside was going to bring me happiness. When
Right.
I know that nothing outside can make me happy, that I'm only going to find that within. The only
Right.
person that can make me happy is me. So
Right.
getting the stuff might make me temporarily happy, but then I'm going to want more stuff.
More stuff. I know.
And people
Yes.
really want to manifest money or their boyfriend back or a relationship, and you can absolutely do all of that. The key is figuring out what your soul
What it
wants,
is you want. Yes.
and
Yeah.
right, and your ego, and balancing the two. So I always encourage people to ask questions. How would this
Right.
benefit me? Why is this important to me? You know,
Yep.
why am I feeling like this? Where does this come from? Where did I get this from? What part of me needs
Hmm.
to be healed? But you
Hmm.
really have to genuinely want to know and ask, and then you start the healing
Yep.
process. Because at
Yep.
the end of
Then
the
you have to
day,
work.
yeah,
Right.
we just want happiness
Yeah.
and
Yep.
peace. And so the manifesting is important stuff. I
Right.
believe the law of attraction and manifesting, while they're the same thing, they're also very different.
Yep.
I think manifesting is the deliberate creation, and the law of attraction is basically you are getting back to you what you are.
Right.
So it's your vibration, your energy. We are all energy. That's all we really are at
Oh,
the
we are. Yep.
cellular quantum levels. We're energy. So we
Yep.
can have, do, or be anything we choose. We just have to
Right.
believe it.
The other thing I think is important to mention is that everything is energy, including
Everything.
money. Everything. And a
Money.
lot of people,
Every single thing.
I know, but people think, it was interesting because they're talking about the budget in politics, they're doing all
Yes.
this, borrowing all this money.
I'm 16
And
years in politics.
I know, but you know that it's just energy. It's all it is.
It's just
And they're
energy.
making a big deal out of it when,
We have a very lack-based mentality. We
we
think that
do.
there's not enough when
Not
there's
enough.
more than enough.
Yep,
Like,
that's
that's
right.
how we can all collaborate and work together and help,
Hmm.
push other people without any kind of jealousy, or I can't help this person because it might take away from me. That is
Right.
not true,
Yeah.
because
There's
we
more
are
than enough for
helping.
everyone.
There's
Hmm.
more than
Yep.
enough, and we're
Yep.
all one energy. There is no separate energy. You're
Yep.
not separating it. It's just
Nope.
vibrating at different speeds.
Right. Absolutely.
So
Wow.
that's what I want to, for the people that just want to watch the manifesting videos, like money or a specific person or getting rid of a third party situation,
Yep.
it's going to benefit them. But then I
Yep.
would like to talk about the spiritual side and the deeper side of things,
Good.
to get people
Yep.
to understand, like, okay, I see I'm manifesting this stuff. So let me take it a step further. What do I need to heal in me? I really want people to go deeper. And if I help just one person be
Yep.
the slightest bit happier and at peace
Yep.
with themselves,
That's right.
then I win.
That will
I did a
be all that
good job.
matters. You're
Yeah,
right. So one of the in the chat, Shield Maiden's Naughty Woman's Tarot says, the key is not to stay too focused in your thoughts concerning your desires because a shadow of a doubt can mess things up for you. And
absolutely.
that's so true. Yes.
Yes.
Or your expectation that it has to come a certain way.
And then when it
It,
doesn't, let the universe
right.
work it out. Put it out there and
Yes.
then let it go.
That's right.
It's very few people that can stay very positive in their manifestation. So
Right.
just,
Because we want it now. We want it right now. When's it coming? What.
and that's all
Oh,
ego. And
it
that's
is
all
ego.
your ego. If you
Yeah.
live from your heart. And that's why I'll tell people on my videos, if you can't feel, so if you're manifesting in a specific person, and if you can't feel steady about that specific person, take that
Hmm.
exact feeling and put it to something you can feel that about, whether it
Yep.
be a love for a child or a pet or a parent or
Yeah.
whatever, a love for a
Right.
pillow or a bed, anything that you can feel that
Right.
for, and then you'll
Yep.
feel it in your heart. Expand it, push it out.
Yep.
I'll do meditation and I'll blow my heart up, and then I push it out into the universe.
Oh,
The universe
wow.
needs love. I give it back. I
Uh-huh.
try anyway,
That's
because it
awesome.
helps every
You
one of us.
you need to come on my monthly manifestation show that I do with Lilac Lantern once a month. I'll send you an invitation and let
Okay.
you join. We all work together to manifest things for the planet and animals and all kinds of things. So I'll send you. I know you'd like it because
I'm so glad
you're
you bring that up because I would like to do another mass meditation. I don't know if anybody participated in that in the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know if you're
I
familiar with
didn't.
it.
No. No.
So, a lot of YouTubers and just across the web, we all picked a day and it was like at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And there
Yep.
was over 1 million people meditating
That's
for healing the
wonderful.
planet.
Yeah.
It was, I sobbed. I sobbed. I went outside, I did it by myself. I started sobbing uncontrollably, and then I
Yep.
started cracking up. I was laughing uncontrollably.
Sure.
But it
It
was
brought you
very
joy.
powerful.
Yeah, it
It
brought you
did. It was
joy. It did.
cleansing. We were
Yeah.
helping to heal the
Sure.
planet. But I'd
Uh-huh.
love to do that again because it was so powerful.
Sure. Sure. And we need it now just as much as we needed it then with this new
Yes.
resurgence. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
too good. So
And we
that would be
can't give
wonderful.
into the fear of what's going on right
No,
now.
I
We have
know.
to know that
We
it's
have to,
happening
yeah,
for a reason,
that's right.
and
No,
we need to hold true to ourselves, stay in our heart,
right.
don't give in to that fear.
Ground ourselves in reality. Yeah, that's true. So you offer your tapes for people to listen to, or your shows for people to listen in short
Yes, on
videos, but
YouTube.
are you also doing private
I
spiritual
am.
counseling? Tell me
I
about that.
am.
Yeah.
So my website, it's down for right now. It should be up soon. I'm not
Huh?
tech savvy. So basically, whatever people want help with, whether it be
Hmm.
manifesting a certain thing, a person, money, if they're just looking to shift their perception of themselves or healing,
Right.
that's something that I can help you with. We can hold you accountable. I'd like to do at a later time group ones so we can have more than
Yeah.
like maybe 5 6 people up to 10 people really
Hmm.
help each other, and then make it a month-long thing. So we'll meet live just in a small group,
Right.
every week for 4 weeks, and really make that shift, really focus and make the
Good.
commitment to ourselves. So
Hmm.
I'm going to offer email coaching. So if you just want a
Good.
question or two,
Uh-huh.
if you want a 30-minute session, an hour-long session, or a reoccurring session, if you
Hmm.
really, really want to make that commitment.
Good.
So, and it can be anything you want. I will send out a little questionnaire beforehand just so I know what I'm going into. I like to prepare
Sure.
when and you don't have to stay with that. Things can come up. You're not bound to just that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
could choose anything, but just give me a guideline so I can be prepared and help you, you
Right.
know.
Yes. Yes.
And I think
I
it's
think it would be
important.
very beneficial to very many people who don't know where to begin. They
They
know they
don't
want things to change, but they don't know where to start.
they
Yeah.
don't know where to start. And I just
Yeah.
really want to, pay attention to your feelings, the words you speak, not even
Right.
around your manifestation, but saying
Just
I
in
don't even like
general.
the
Yeah.
negative, the H word,
Right.
the opposite of love word. I don't like saying
Uh-huh.
it because everything is a vibration, everything is energy. You put that energy out there, you're
Hmm.
creating more of it. And
Yeah.
I think we're all snucked up here, you
I
know?
know. It's interesting. I read something last night that I thought was just so true. We never thought about it. It said the reason that parrots learn curse words first, and it's because of the emphasis that people use when they use those words,
Yes,
and that they figure that it's so loud or it's so expressive that they just think this is an important word.
that makes sense. That
I
makes, because
know.
it's a strong, biting word.
It
It's not a
is. It
soft,
is.
loving word. It's difficult for me because I'm so close to Philadelphia. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, the language here, my 16-year-old is like a trucker.
Yeah,
That's just
well,
how people talk
that's
here.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. But
Like
you're
we
in the
are
city of
not,
love, so you want to definitely not have that problem. Yeah.
we love you. We love you
Uh,
until you do something. And then
right.
Philadelphia has a reputation.
Okay.
We are very
Okay.
passionate sports people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, we booed
I
Santa.
lived in two cities where that's true. I've lived near Boston, crazy, and
Yes,
Seattle, crazy. So, and I'm not a sports fan at all, zero. So,
I'm not either.
no.
I'm not
But,
either.
if anybody is, that's their business and good for them.
It
I
is.
mean, I'm not
I
knocking.
would
Yeah.
not go to a
Isn't
Philadelphia
my
sports
interest.
game.
Yeah,
It's dangerous, in my opinion.
I know. So, I want to say hello to Kim. She's Medium Kim, one of my friends, Kim
Oh,
Copeland.
hi,
She said,
Kim. Yes,
yeah, she says thank you.
we do need a mass meditation. Yes, I think we do. I think all of us should arrange something. Uh-oh. I think Allie's a little frozen. So let me look here. I have my phone up. Sheila Maiden, Naughty Woman, Tarot, hello. Rob, Melinda, Jamie, Janet. Yes, Kim. So maybe me, you, and Allie can arrange something. I'm sure other people here are going to be interested. Even if it's a few thousand people, we can see how the impact. Allie is totally gone. So I don't know. Can you guys still hear me? Can anybody comment on that? Hi, Medium Kim. Can you guys still hear me? Yes. Okay, Melinda. All right. Well, we'll just wait for Allie to come back. So hopefully we can do a mass meditation. Thank you, Libra Lady, Janet P. Hello. I wish I could see everybody's face. Yeah, so on my channel, we're doing the manifesting. We're going to do spiritual stuff, talk about our souls, how our souls come here with a purpose. We forget the purpose, but sometimes we meet people and they're not necessarily intended to stay here. Helping to identify our unconscious beliefs or our shadows and doing the energy work, you know, being aware of the energies in our body and then clearing it from our body. So Allie is back. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
great. Yeah, so I was
Sorry
just
about
saying
that,
hi to
everybody. That's
everyone.
gonna It might happen again. Oh, I'm glad you did. Thank you.
That's
See, you
okay.
have you have the correct marketing skills for this kind of
I'm a
work.
talker. I've been
That's
in
good.
sales and politics for a long
Uh-huh.
time. So,
For a long
and I'm
time.
about
Yes.
5 foot, 100 pounds.
Ah, I didn't know you were that short. You're five
I,
feet tall? Really?
I'm
Oh,
five and almost 5'1". I was a
okay.
gymnast for 16
Oh,
years,
okay.
a nationally competitive gymnast. So that does
Right.
stunt your growth
Sure.
from 3 to 18 years old. I was a gymnast. I lived in a gym my whole life. So I'm so proud of Simone right now. I think you might have froze again. Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, that's a little about me. Does anybody have any questions while Allie is frozen? I don't know. There you are. Are you there? Okay. I
All
think you're
right.
back.
we're back, I think, partially anyway.
Yes.
I tell you what, this is really getting annoying. But anyway, I'm fascinated that you were a gymnast. But my husband, who's a chiropractor, says he's always seen a lot of gymnasts with curvature of the spine, because when you're that young and you're doing all that stuff, that you can hurt yourself really badly.
I've
So
broken my back. Um,
really,
I can do lots of flips on balance beam, but even to this day, well, I'm not doing anything anymore. Uh,
uh,
but I had a fear. I did it doing a cartwheel. I missed my foot and wrapped myself around the balance beam. So
ooh,
I would be doing like what the girls do now, the back
right,
handspring, no handed flip, like lay out on the beam.
right,
Or my dismount would be like a round off or a cartwheel to maybe a double back flip, but I would do
mm,
the most timid cartwheel and I'd get
right,
all my power, harness the power to get around from practically nothing because I was so scared to do the cartwheel. I just had that block in my head.
sure. So
Yeah, it's
you must understand what the Biles girl went through when she was
yes,
saying the
it's happened to
twisties.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was
It
supposed
has.
to be
Is it just like a fear that
no, it's not a fear.
it's a
It's
fear you're gonna fall?
no.
Oh,
So your
no.
brain, when we're doing those skills, they're happening in fractions of seconds. So you're not thinking
Right.
about it. So there's no
Okay.
thought going on. It's all trained. So what happened to me was I was supposed to be doing double fulls. Yeah, double fulls. So what I was doing, so it's one flip with two full rotations in the air. Now what I
Uh-huh.
started doing out of the blue is one flip and then turn halfway around and then turn it into a front tuck. I don't know
Oh.
why that happened, but it's very
Mm-hmm.
dangerous, especially if you have a coach there spotting you, because
Yeah.
instead of keeping the rotation going backwards, you're flipping and going forward now. It's nothing you
Mm-hmm.
thought about, it's just something your body decided to do. So you
Right.
basically have to go back to the basics, one flip with one full. Train that just so your
Oh.
brain gets built
Gets
up again.
yeah, because repetition. Yeah, because yeah.
Repetition. She's doing two
Yeah.
flips with two twists and all kinds of other things. It's
Right.
happening in less than 1 second.
Uh-huh.
So that's
Yeah.
where she's at. I watched her practice and she was falling onto her. She had no idea where she was because you really can't tell. Your brain knows it, but you're not really aware. It's like your shadow.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. No. I
It's
took karate for many years, and when I was taking karate classes, um, they told us that our muscles have muscle memory,
yes.
and that you're doing the same repetition over and over again. So I imagine if for some reason something changed, it would be hard for you to get back to that repetition that
Right,
you were
because your
doing all
body
this
is
time.
trained to do it a certain way.
Right.
So,
Right.
but when
Wow.
your brain decides to switch it and you're not really in control of your brain, you don't have control about what your body is doing. It's not like you can correct it
Sure.
because it is a
Right.
fraction of a second. So,
Right.
and that's some
Wow.
serious force and speed. So, and
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yep.
because we don't talk about, I don't know if this is per se mental health, but she has been through so much. She is a
Hmm.
decorated athlete. She has won countless world titles, Olympics,
Yeah.
and
And she's
then
old for isn't she old for
yes.
a gymnast? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one I was competing with is still doing it. I forget. I want to say
Really?
her name's like
Oh, wow.
Oksana. She's my age. She's 46.
Oh,
I competed against this woman, and
really? And she's still competing?
she's
Wow.
still in it. Yep,
That's awesome.
yep,
Wow.
yep. So
But Simone's only 24, but I remember
24.
watching some of the girls, many years ago, that did the balance beams and stuff, and they were 14, 15, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's a little
And
young
so,
now.
yeah,
Nadia was
yeah.
14. You
Nadia
know.
Comaneci, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I trained with her. I trained with Bela for a little bit, and one of Nadia's
Wow.
teammates.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wow. And I've seen her like on some show not like a couple of years ago, and she just, of course, we think of her as this little girl, with a little
you
tiny.
cute little
Yeah.
Romanian, and now
Yes.
she's,
Uh-huh.
she
I
married
know.
Bart Connor. He was a male
Uh-huh.
Olympian. I think they live in
Yeah.
Colorado.
Oh, they do.
Um,
Well, I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Bella and Marta are not very good people. They never were. But you have
Hmm.
to understand they lived in communist Romania
Oh, I
and
know.
it was
Yeah, I
not
know.
fun. It was
Right.
so they treated the American gymnasts bad, didn't care about them personally. They
Hmm.
cared about winning. You hear
Sure.
little
I
Dominique
know.
Musiano talking about she was more scared of Marta's reaction than
Yeah.
landing on her head. And I
And
get that.
this also is the conditioning that
Hmm.
you talk about in some of your other things, and that is the pressure that people put on their children in
Yep.
sports, and
Or in
that sticks
anything.
with them. Yeah, well, yeah, or grades or whatever. Yeah, yeah,
We tell
that's
them
true.
how we want them to live their lives instead of letting them be the people they're going to be.
I know.
And I've changed how I've parented. I used to
Mm-hmm.
be the mother who wanted you to do X, Y, and Z. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, are you happy? Do you know you're worthy of
Right,
good things? That's
right.
all I care. Are
Good
you
for you.
safe? Do you know your worth? And are you
Yep,
happy? Because if
yep.
it's flipping burgers or he wants to be an astronaut, or
Right.
being an astronaut, it doesn't matter to me because I'm going to love you the same no matter what.
I
My
know.
love is
That's true.
unconditional. You could, I joke, I'm like, I'll help you hide bodies. Just be honest with me.
Really. You
you
know, it's
know?
funny. My daughter is a therapist, and my son went to college and was he was sort of a history, political science, etc. major, and my daughter and I both have master's degrees, and he decided he didn't want to get a master's degree. Was that going to be a problem? Because, he felt inadequate. I said, "Are you kidding?" I said, "You don't have to
Yeah,
get a master's degree in anything. You do what you're going to do." Yeah, it really
right.
makes a
It's
difference.
and
Yeah.
when you don't have that pressure, when they know that you're going to love them
Right.
regardless, then
Yeah,
they can be the people they want to be.
absolutely.
Our parents screw us up, but they don't. Some of them mean to, but most of them, as a whole, don't mean to.
I
But they'll
know.
say you're being a
We do
good,
the best we can. Right,
yeah,
right.
bad girl, bad boy.
So
You're to this, you're to that,
if
and
you
that
could,
damages us.
I know, if you
But they're
could
not
reach,
meaning to do it.
right, I know. If you could reach young people early enough, let's say somebody caught your YouTube channel and they were 16 or 17, um, or even younger than that. Well, I don't know, but I'm thinking they could really benefit a lot from having the tapes that are in their heads changed. And
Yeah,
I don't mean indoctrination, but I mean, being able to choose freely for themselves and choose consciously how they
right.
want to create, right? That would
Yes,
be a
because
nice thing, wouldn't it?
none of this is a rule book to follow. You can't get it
No,
wrong. It's just knowing that you're perfect just the way you are. There's nothing you need to have, do, or be in order to be worthy. You're worthy simply
right,
because you are an extension of all there is, or God,
right.
or the universe,
Yeah,
whatever people are comfortable calling it.
yeah.
And because
Uh-huh.
you are that, you're not separate from it. You are
Right.
the love and the perfection that it is, just expressing itself in the way you're expressing it. You're a piece of
Absolutely.
me expressing yourself, your personality the way you are. And it's
Hmm.
all good. If I
Right.
judge you, I'm judging me. And when I judge
Right.
me, I'm judging the rest of the world.
That's really hard to not to do because we really do live in judgment
Yes.
and we live in duality, and we think we have to
Yes.
say right or wrong, good or bad, up or down, in or out, whatever, but it doesn't have to be either.
And why are we doing that? Because of our
Why are we doing
egos.
that?
We're
Yeah.
doing it
Yeah.
because we're trying to prove our worth to people that are unconscious and don't feel worthy themselves.
Yeah.
So when you really, a
Yep.
lot of this is so easy, but we're not aware of it. And when we become aware of it, we're like, oh, wow, would you look at that? Huh. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You're like, I knew that. You just needed to hear it and practice it. I mean,
Right.
if people just focused one day on every word they said and every thought they had, the next day
Hmm.
for them would be so much better. If you could do that for a
Yeah.
week, holy, that would change everything.
Yeah.
I did it for
It
two
could.
months. My thoughts are positive now, and I do it every day. I'm aware of every word I say, all my feelings, and all of my thoughts. because I know when I'm
Right.
not how things are going to go for me every
Right.
time.
Yep.
So, like
And
I
I
was
think
telling you,
I well, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
Well, I was just, as a matter of fact, it lists how important listening is, and really engaging with somebody in a communication is a lost art for a lot of people. They're only thinking about what they're going to say next, or what, or they're like thinking, oh, I got to go get some groceries, make dinner, whatever they're doing. So listening
Right.
is a skill that I would like to see improved upon as well when we're manifesting for our life. Yeah.
Right. Or being present. Eckhart
Right.
Tolle. I like him to, or Untethered Soul. If Eckhart Tolle is a
Uh-huh.
little advanced, I started with Untethered Soul because I wasn't quite ready for Power of Now. But
Right.
they're the same thing, just more
Mm-hmm.
digestible with Untethered Soul. Um, but being mindful, being present, when you're washing your
Right.
hands, wash your hands, feel the soap, feel the water, be present with that, not thinking about what you did
Absolutely.
or what you're going
Uh-huh.
to do or rehearsing a conversation. Be like a dog. Your dog is the best example, or your cat. They're not thinking, they're not holding a grudge. They are not stewing about something that happened to them
Nope.
at the dog park. They are
Right.
just being aware, they're present, experiencing
Uh-huh.
in the moment,
Right.
and they love unconditionally. We could learn a lot from our
Oh, they do.
animals.
Good.
Yeah.
Which reminds me that you bring up the washing of the hands thing, okay? Do you know that that must have been really, really difficult for people in the very beginning of COVID? Because people don't bother to wash their hands. Not the
No,
right way, anyway. No, you're supposed to sing
no.
happy birthday, the whole song, while you wash your hands, and that's completely washing your hands if you sing that
Yes.
in your mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, a lot of
But,
people lost it. They started making bread, cleaning out their closets,
yes,
making
absolutely.
masks. And the reason they did this was because we like to feel like we're in control. And
Sure.
when the pandemic started, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't have control. So we wanted to give ourselves the illusion as if we were in control of something. So we did those baking breads and cleaning out our closets. That's great.
That's
Bread's
right.
fantastic,
Uh-huh.
and a clean closet, who doesn't want it? But really, the only person you can control is you and how you perceive things and how you feel about it. The external world,
Yeah,
while we're manifesting it, it's going to do you no good being angry at it or fighting against it. It's
I
here.
know.
What we need
It's
to do
here.
is think of the world. Do we ever, even when people are running for office, they say, I'm going to healthcare for all. Do we think about what that would look like, how that would benefit us? Do we envision the
Right.
world as we want to see it? We don't,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I can't speak for the rest of the group. But
Mm.
this is what we need to start manifesting. Stop giving attention to all of this undesirable stuff. And what do we want to see? What would a perfect world look like? How would we want to treat each other?
Mm-hmm.
What would we have? Things along those lines. Let's manifest that because we have this already.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yes,
Chris Martin
women
says
have
women had a
always,
gift for multitasking.
yes.
You completely, Chris. But at the same time,
What do they say?
we always, I'm sorry. Oh, she said that women have always had a gift for multitasking.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, we can
But when
multitask.
we do, we really aren't giving all kinds of thought to it. Do you agree? Like, I'm sitting
We're
here with
not
this
present.
puppy.
We're still in our minds. We're still thinking about
Right.
what we need to do. We're just doing the
Right.
task, but we're not actually involved in the task because we
Right.
are giving our attention to so many things.
Right.
That's why I encourage try to
Mm-hmm.
meditate. Even if it's not for
Right.
the spiritual stuff, give your mind and body a reset.
Uh-huh.
When it's that monkey mind, people say the monkey
Oh yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
If you
Yep.
can just quiet it, you're going to be able to make decisions from a higher perspective after you've
Correct.
calmed it down.
Yep.
And we don't breathe right. We hold our breath most of the
We do.
time. We're breathing from our throat.
Yeah.
That's a cause for anxiety, health issues. So even if you take 1 minute, 2 minutes, I do an hour and a half a day of meditation.
Wow. Good
I
for
would do it
you.
every single day. But you don't need
Yeah.
to do that. That's just because I
No,
like to channel and
like doing
float
it. Okay.
everywhere and heal. I do all
Uh-huh.
kinds of stuff. And it's
Uh-huh.
great. I don't know why anybody would ever do drugs when you could feel like that for free.
Wow.
You can feel that good. Um,
Oh, it keeps
I
going.
remember, I think when Ron was on, he was talking about his
Hmm?
near-death experience or when he felt the
Right.
love of the universe for the first time. I have felt that too in a meditation. Um, it was so powerful. I I
Hmm.
learned a meditation where you kind of like float up out of your body. So your consciousness sort
Oh.
of leaves, and I kept going up and up until I came upon like a membrane of sorts, but I wasn't a body. It was just mushed. I kind of melded into it. And it was the most warm, loving passion, ecstasy,
Hmm.
bliss, everything. It was so much. I felt like I
Wow.
was going to explode. I actually had to tell it to stop because it was too much.
Oh,
And it
wow.
did right
That's
away. And
awesome.
I've never felt that
Yeah,
again.
I bet it
But
did.
it was,
Yeah.
I have never. That's what you can
Well,
talk to
that's
your
great.
angels all the time. Your angels are
Uh-huh.
there. They're always with you. Mine are always with me, Edward and Lila. I
Uh-huh.
they the first time I met, like knew they were there. They were holding me up by my arms. They each had me on either side, holding my elbow and wrist, holding me up.
Uh-huh.
That's where I was at. This is in the very
Wow.
beginning of my awakening. I was very low. They were holding me up. And now
Yeah.
they are just the funniest. The universe and your spirit guides and your angels are very, very funny
That's
people.
great.
They're just hysterical. They enjoy the silliness.
Uh-huh.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
It really is. But
Susan Lynn
they
all the
want to
time.
help
I
you.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to help you and
Yeah.
they're talking to you
Yeah.
all the time. You
Sure.
have to ask them though, because they can't
Yes.
intervene.
Can't interfere.
But
That's
anytime
right.
you ask, they will be there. And if you have any doubt about that, ask them to fill you with love and you will feel the love. That's all the proof you
That's
need.
awesome.
You say,
Yeah.
guides,
Yeah.
to fill my heart with love, and you will
Hmm.
feel it. It will be very powerful.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do a good. What is Marie saying? Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all you need. And somebody said, Marie, with your ADHD, that helps so much. I had a panic disorder,
Yeah.
um, and
Oh,
I'm it's pretty much gone because I
good.
know how to regulate myself. I also retrained my sensations because the brain can't distinguish excitement from fear. So a lot of the time, and I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, this is what I've done for me personally. Um,
Hmm.
Anytime that emotion would come up, I'd say, this is a positive feeling. This is a good feeling. I
Hmm.
enjoy this feeling. This is a peaceful feeling. I'm safe. I
Right.
reconditioned my physiological response. So instead of that, when that feeling come going right to fear, it now goes to peace and goodness. So that's
Wonderful.
helped me immensely. I don't know where I got that from. I just thought it would be a good idea to start doing. I may have gotten it from somewhere. Most likely I did, and I just forget. So, uh-oh.
I'm here.
Okay.
It
Okay.
gets going in and out. I want to ask you to do one more thing for me today. Before we go, first of all, I wanted to say to everybody, I'd love you to go over and check out Joanna's channel, Creating Your Life Consciously. I will post it on this as well. But she told me yesterday, or actually Tuesday, when we were going to do this, that she had manifested something for herself, and I'd like her to tell us what it is and
I
how that
did.
happened,
I
if you
did. Well,
would.
we've been cooped up in the pandemic for a while, and I'm not a big traveler. But like you were saying, you manifest and you kind of let it go, or you put the intention out there and then you let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said, I
Right?
intend to get a fully paid expense, fully paid for trip, somewhere fun, and it's going to be totally taken care of for me.
Uh-huh.
Then a week ago, my friend calls me. and he said, "Would you like to go to Vegas with me? I'll take care of everything. You don't have to spend a dime." So, but and I totally
Way
forgot
to
that I
go.
did it. It just dawned
Uh-huh.
on me earlier this week. I'm like, I manifested that, didn't I?
Did?
Because I'm like, yeah,
You
that'd be
did?
so cool. I can go away, get away from here, reset
Uh-huh.
myself, and
Right.
thought, get all
Right.
dressed up and have some nice dinners and maybe a massage. So we are going to go see some comedy shows. We're going to get massages. We're staying at the Cosmopolitan. We're going to get a little sun. I'm really looking forward to it. And he's taking
Oh,
care
there
of the
you
whole
go.
thing. So, and he's a good friend of mine for 20 something years. I'm excited about it.
Oh,
So I just hope this COVID, I'm making an intention that it's going to be just fine. And you know what? Even if we have to stay in
I
the
know.
room and get room service, that's fine. We'll be away. So it's going to be fine. End of
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, we just really with that, we just need to be cautious and wear masks when we're inside and do what we used to
Right.
do. I don't know why we
I did
stopped.
not.
Like we wore it and then it stopped. I didn't either, but everybody, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And it
My family's a bunch of
it
doctors and genetic
wasn't a
engineers.
smart
So
move.
yeah, it's just wear a
Nothing
mask.
you can do
I
about
don't
it.
like
You
getting a
can't
cold
control other
either.
people. You can only control yourself.
No. So I'm just cautious. I wash my hands and wear a mask if I go into public places. I don't really go out too much. Supermarket, I go early in
Right.
the morning or late
I
at
don't
night.
either.
It's not a big deal. So
Uh-huh.
I know I'm going to be safe regardless. That's just what I know, and I know my
Yeah.
family is going to be okay. So, and
Good.
I know that
Yes, absolutely.
I trust that we're all going to be fine. And let me tell you,
And I
I'm
trust that you are going to do fabulous with your new channel. I really,
I
really,
hope so. I
yeah.
really want to help people. I've been thinking about this for a couple of years now, and
Uh-huh.
you get signs from the universe. I have a
You
friend
do.
who she's like, Joanna, you're such a great teacher. You're so patient with me. She's taking a lot of political classes, and she doesn't really
Hmm.
understand it. I
Yeah.
am a political thesaurus. I've done it for 16 years, all aspects of politics. I know Biden. I know Nancy. I know these people. I have a lot of their numbers in my phone. I can call them.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've managed, so I help her. And she's like,
Hmm.
you're so good. And then I did test, like I make comments on other things, on other people's
Right.
channels with no intention of helping myself, just helping them because they might get stuck. And then I'm like, I started doing test people. Why don't, if you want to help from me, email me at this place. And they're like, well, what's the catch? I'm like, no catch. I don't want to know your name. I don't know how, as long as you're an adult,
Right.
I don't want any money from you. I don't want to know where you live, you
Hmm.
know, nothing personal. I just want to help you, period. Nothing personal. They're like, that's really weird. I'm like, I get it. I get it. People usually have an angle. I don't. Like, here's my information. You can look me up, you know. So I did some test things with people, and the feedback I got was really great. And if I can help
Good.
even just one person, because I was
Yep.
so ready to check out from this planet. And
Right.
if I can help one person stay in there or just be a
Yep.
little bit happier,
And we need it really badly.
yeah,
Yeah.
helpers come. And that's what we're here to do. I
Marie
sell real
Henson
estate. Hmm?
Marie Henson said, "Can you ask Joe to hook our Texas grid into the US?" I love it. I
That's
bet he would
states'
if he
rights.
could.
Yeah, they
Yes.
they have
Yeah.
yeah,
I know.
states' rights there. No, you can't
Yeah.
make
I
anybody
know.
do anything.
I
No,
know. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But really, we want it that way because what if he wasn't president and somebody else was? You know,
Right.
be
This is
careful what
true.
you wish for. But I'm sorry, Texas. I know how bad that was for you.
Uh-huh.
We just have to
Yeah.
fix your
Too bad. So,
gerrymandering problem.
well, no, definitely. Well, I would like to have you back again to talk to me, and I would love to come
Okay,
to your channel when I
I'd
don't
love
have so
that.
many internet problems. I keep going up and down, but thank you.
No, thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Nice seeing
Yes.
everyone, and I
And
hope
everybody, please, Yeah, please go over and sign up and subscribe to Joanna's
I'd
channel.
love that.
That would
And
be
if you have
great.
any topics you want
Yeah.
me to discuss, I'm happy to do it. I usually script my stuff because I go on tangents.
Yep.
But I would like to start doing some lives. I just
Good.
need people to show up. So the more people
Sure.
that join, the more active and interactive we can become.
Right. Right.
So, and the
Sounds
Soul
good.
Sisters,
That's
I
all
would
part of
love
this
to, if she's
community.
listening, I would love to talk to Sonia. She seems very
Oh,
like-minded. So, please
yes,
reach
she
out.
is. There's a lot of people. Take care of
All right.
yourself,
All right,
Joanna.
Allie. I'll
Thank
see
you
you guys
again.
later. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
Bye-bye.